Albert Einstein, the 14th of March 1879 up to the 18th of April 1955, was an unbelievable theoretical physicist who was born in Ulm, Germany. Along with Isaac Newton, he was admitted as the greatest physicist of all time due to his efforts and achievements. Instead of just trying to memorize everything, he believes in inner creativity and intelligence that lies inside every person. Also, he never remembers any dates of history, as they are easily available on books and the internet. He was also awarded the Nobel Prize for his dedicated services in theoretical physics. His greatest invention till now is the discovery of the law of photoelectric effect, from which he further discovered the mass energy equivalence formula E equals to m times c squared. This is the concept we all had gone through in school or graduation. You might get wondered, but this great discovery is the result of his dreams, imagination, and creativity, as he always believes in his imagination. Due to these, the Einstein word is often called the synonym of genius. His discoveries and inventions lead to a new world full of innovation and intelligence. The reason for the presentation of Albert Einstein quotes to you is to make you familiar with the thought process and way of thinking of one of the most intelligent people, that is, Albert Einstein. Following are the Albert Einstein quotes, which will definitely inspire you and also guide you to become a better version of yourself. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it's built for. All of us know that a ship is completely safe at the edge of the seashore, but the reason behind its manufacturing is not just to keep at the shore, instead to travel along the ocean. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or objects. We usually expect our happy life by sticking to any person, money, or other materialistic objects, which can give us a satisfying but not happy life. We need to tie up ourselves with a goal and start working on it. It will provide us happiness with satisfaction. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Whenever any problem occurs, a clever person usually fixes it by their intelligence. But a wise person believes in avoiding the problem before it occurs. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Knowledge is something that everyone has the same, but imagination is what makes us unique. Also, knowledge is available on the internet and various books, but imagination is in the mind, which is a real sign of intelligence. You never fail until you stop trying. Failing is also a part of success if you learn from the mistakes and improve them next time. This is the habit of real winners. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. Taking revenge for the silly things that happened in life is a sign of weak people, while strong people forgive others for the fraud or cheat they did to them. On the other hand, intelligent people just ignore the mistakes and let them go. Imagination is the highest form of research. A myth that revolves in our mind is that research needs lots of study, knowledge, and hard work. But it isn't the whole truth. What we can imagine is the real and highest level of research. Even the theory of relativity is the result of Einstein's imagination. Most people see what is and never see what can be. This one from Albert Einstein quotes is quite similar to the previous one. Most people just see what is happening in the surroundings, but never try to make any change. Education is not the learning of facts. It's rather the training of the mind to think. Learning facts and remembering them for exams has never been any form of learning. On the other hand, real learning is when we realize the concepts and train our minds to think about them. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Intelligent people never give up or ignore their mistakes. They just change themselves according to the situation and trend going on. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. Doing the same thing and expecting a better result is the biggest scam we mostly do with ourselves even after knowing it. To get better results, you need to improve yourself in a proper direction. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Judging someone by only a single ability is just foolishness. A fish can never climb on the tree, but his swimming skills make it genius. Similarly, everybody has their skills and abilities, and all are geniuses as per their abilities. Once you stop learning, you start dying. Learning becomes underrated after a certain age according to our society, but according to geniuses, a person should never stop learning. Termination of learning means the end of your life. Failure is success in progress. Success requires a lot of failures. Can you name me any single successful person who never got failed in their life? Well, your answer must be no. Failures are the pillars of success. The only thing we should keep in our mind is to learn from our past mistakes. Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. Negative people always oppose innovators. Whenever a person tries to add some values to society, negative people always try to resist them by creating the problems of their solution. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Making mistakes is far better than faking perfection. The person who falls while trying something will get to know the areas required for improvement. Life is like a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you must keep moving. Moving the bicycle is the only way to balance. Even if the situations are not favorable to us, we should keep moving. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Making money and gaining wealth to become successful is great, but not adding any positive value to anyone's life is useless. Making value is gaining trust, and trustworthy people usually become successful. Only a life lived for others is a life worth living. Living a life for the goodness of society is worth living, instead of living for your means, as it is fruitful for us as well as others also. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than one with all the facts. Successful people are big dreamers. Unsuccessful just follow the facts. More than statistical data, we need to put our efforts on the path we love. Education is not the learning of facts. Never understand the learning of facts with education. The real meaning of education is understanding moral values and innovating new ideas. Instead of learning the facts, be a loner. That gives you time to wonder, to search for the truth. Have holy curiosity. Make your life worth living. Being alone provides you free time to understand yourself, your passion, interests, etc. This gives you space and time to work on your dreams. According to stats, most successful people are a loner. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Nobody in this world is born with extraordinary ideas or any super skill. They are just passionate and curious about their goals. Such an example is Albert Einstein itself. The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing. This world is full of danger in every place. Evil people do as they want as per their wish and needs, but the real evil is who notices everything about them and just keeps ignoring everything. Don't listen to the person who has the answers. Listen to the person who has the questions. People who have answers are good learners and try to learn everything. On the other hand, people who have questions are the real explorers of life. They are curious and passionate about how and why things are happening. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. Arrogance is the most destructive thing which can shake the whole world. Ignorance might sometimes save you, but arrogance can make people hollow from inside. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. The real meaning of understanding anything is the ability to explain the same to others. To test how much you understand, you can try to explain the same to a 6-year-old. If it works, then you understood the concept well. Whoever is careless with the small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. The real trustworthy are those who take care of every little thing. Doesn't matter how small the situation is. If they take care of minor things perfectly, they are trustable in important matters. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Peace is not in getting your point accepted by others or force them to follow your decision. Peace is when you negotiate with another person and find the midway out. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. The first step to achieve the impossible is to attempt absurdly. There is a huge chance of you fail. But believe me, this can teach you a lot of lessons and make you prepare for the next attempt. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The ability to understand something without any conscious reason is seen in many scientists and inventors, not because they did lots of studies, but because of their creativity and imagination. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. This thing happens mostly in schools or universities, where many of the students pretend to be superior just because of the fear of punishment from their faculty members. Just by doing these, they aren't gonna get the reward because they aren't their real version. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. The reason behind most of the happiest is the calmness and modesty shown in their life by living in the present. The people who lose their moment of getting happy with constant restlessness are the one who suffers a lot in future, as well as got regretted losing their present time. These were the Albert Einstein quotes, which would give your way of thinking a proper direction in selecting the right path for yourself. These are the minor habits that can make our lives far better compared to the current scenario.